So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a collaboration session with RemoSharp and have multiple people connect to it and basically share their Grasshopper script. So it's fairly simple. You can run the RemoSharp command on Rhino. And over here, we have to write in our email. This is the same email that we used for the account generation in the website. And yeah, so you can write your email password and you can check this to, well, basically like toggle your password show, your password visibility. And yeah, here on a on a successful login, you can have your credentials, your email and password saved so that you don't have to write them every single time you want to connect to RemoSharp. So yeah, I have it already set up, so I'm just gonna say login. So with this login, it's gonna give me what plan I have, and it's gonna allow me to choose which server I want to use. Right now, at the time of recording this video, we have one server in Japan, and it's gonna give us our session ID. This session ID here is basically what you will need to share with other people so that they can use your components. They can connect to your collaboration session. So just for demonstration, I'm going to show you if you're writing the incorrect information, it's going to give you this kind of error. It's going to light up and it's going to tell you that your email or password is not valid. So there we go. I'm going to just log in, and once it's done, then I should be able to connect, right? But there's one thing. RemoSharp requires us to have an active Grasshopper document. So if I push connect, then it's going to say, all right, so Grasshopper is not running. Please run the Grasshopper command. And over here it says no GH command found. So, yep, we have to run the Grasshopper command right here and wait for it to load. Awesome. So we have Grasshopper open now. And by the way, if you lose the RemoSharp window, don't panic. You can just write RemoSharp again and it's going to show up. And over here, let's try to connect again. Now this time, it's going to tell me that no active document found, which means, well, I need to go File and create a new document. Now that I have an active document, it could be a saved document that you open. It could also be like a new empty document. Now if I open the RemoSharp window, so I can just connect. All right, now I have successfully connected to the server as user1remosharp.com. In the session, this text right here. I'm going to copy this session, but before I start connecting other people, I'm just going to add a couple of components. Maybe I'm going to have like one point here. I'm going to have another point here, and I'm going to have one line component right here, and a couple of wires. So over here, I'm going to run the command RemoSharp again. Now here, I need to have a different email. RemoSharp cannot allow us to have the same email used for two different Grasshopper scripts, so it has to be different. I'm going to log in, and here, I need to choose the same server, and I need to have the session ID set as the same session ID that I had here in the first Grasshopper instance. So when I push connect, then automatically I would get those components that are present in that collaboration session. And it does it pretty much like automatically. So if I start like moving around components in here, then it's going to basically like update the script for everybody else. And as you may notice, it also shares my mouse location on canvas. So that's another neat feature that allows us to like see where the other people are like working on the script. So that's like a little bit of extra information because, well, we're working with other people. We want to know a little bit more about what they're up to. So I'm going to do the same thing here on Rhino 8. And as you may notice, we have Rhino 7 and 8. So that's pretty cool. Over here, I'm going to say I want user 3. Here's the session ID that I have. I need to log in first, and then I'm going to connect. So that's going to give me the current script from here. And as you can see, my user 3 mouse pointer is now showing up on the first 2 Rhino 7 Grasshopper scripts. Let's do the same thing on here. And over here, I'm just going to use number 4. And here's my session ID. Once I have that, then I should be able to connect to the same Grasshopper script. Awesome. Now I have 4 people connecting to the same Grasshopper script. But here's the thing. It seems like these 2 components don't really belong here. They might not be the best components, so I'm just going to delete them from here. User number 4 is going to create a point component here and a connection. And let's say we're going to be moving this around. Now, user number 1 might feel like maybe like moving the points around like 50 units in the Z direction is going to be a good idea. So they can add those components and have all the components connected just like that. And here we go. We have a line. We have a vertical line generated right here. We have the same line generated on the other Grasshopper scripts too. So if I check it in Rhino 8 and Rhino 7, we have it. Here's the neat part. We have the scripts completely shared. However, if I start changing the input value, it's not going to share it automatically. So this means that I can have the same script running on 4 different computers, and those 4 people who are controlling this script can explore the same script from 4 different sets of input values. It basically allows us to explore more. They can test the script at the same time for different situations and different sets of values. So this is, of course, like a built-in feature for RemoSharp, but we have other features that allows us to, well, even share these small inputs too. So I'm going to be talking about those in the later videos. But for now, as you can see, we can have other people connecting in. And let's say if I have this person right here disconnect and start changing the script, well, obviously it's not going to update the script anymore because we're not connected anymore. But let's say I'm going to delete these and I want to connect to the same basic Grasshopper script. It's going to give me not an error, but more like a message. It's going to say that, well, you already have a component in this script and you're trying to connect to an already existing script. This might create conflicts. So the best thing to do is to either create a new collaboration session from scratch or to delete everything here from your Grasshopper script here and then try to connect again. So doing that is going to load the latest Grasshopper script that's basically available for everybody else. And once I have this, then I can continue building components, adding those numbers, and basically connect wires. Now, here's one thing. I mentioned that you share the scripts, not the values. However, the first value that you set on maybe a slider on a panel or whatever, that's going to become the default value that gets shared with everybody else. So if I say 19, then this 19 will be shared for everybody else. So I can connect it here. Now again, if somebody doesn't like this number, if their computer cannot handle this many, well, calculations, they can change it. Well, there's one more thing. RemoSharp allows us to create sessions, well, from an open document too. So let's say I'm gonna basically disconnect everybody from the session. So I have everybody disconnected, including this script over here too. So I have everybody disconnected, and maybe I'm just gonna delete everything from here, from here, from here. So over here, I have my I have my RemoSharp logged in, and I can create a new session. Maybe I'm just gonna change this number to 40, and yep, I'm gonna copy this session, and I'm gonna start connecting. Once I connect to this session, then this is gonna be pretty cool. Right here, we have, well, our script showing up. And over here, if I connect to this session, let's say I'm going to paste this with the number 40. If I connect to the session, then I'm going to get all these components. Maybe I can do it one more time. If I don't have any of these, and maybe I'll just delete some other points and components. Let me just delete all these stuff. So I'm gonna go to RemoSharp disconnect. Maybe I'll just change some of the text around here, some text around here, and yep. Before I connect, I'm gonna build a script. So maybe I can just have something like a line in here. This line, it's going to be from an XYZ point and a vector like that. Maybe I'm going to have 18 in X and Y and 1Z here. I'm going to have this line just like that. And I'm going to pipe it. And the value of the pipe should be something like 60. Just like that. Right. So I have an already existing script, and I wasn't connected to RemoSharp either. So I can have RemoSharp show up. And this time I'm going to have this new session ID. I'm going to connect to it. And once I connect, I can share this session ID with other people. There's this button here that allows me to, well, basically copy this session ID without having to Control C on top of it. So over here, if I will open the RemoSharp window and paste in this new session ID, I can connect to the already existing pipe script. So in other words, you have two options. You can start from scratch, build your components in the live session, or you can open an already existing file and start a session with it. And yeah, that's basically how you can create a collaborative session with RemoSharp. And in the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you the other features that RemoSharp gives us for better collaboration. And yeah, so if you like this video in YouTube spirit, please hit on the like button and subscribe for later videos about RemoSharp and other tools that I'm developing for Grasshopper. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.